there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your December 2024 general tarot reading. It's Rena here. I have a little bit of a disclosure. I don't think I've ever done this before where I just decided to just pick new cards. My official excuse is because when I laid out the cards, I noticed that there was this kind of film on my phone camera, and I thought, okay, and I paused the video and I wiped off the lens, and sure enough, it was night and day. And then I thought about it and I said, you know, I want to go into this reading with a clear lens, talking about it from all perspectives, including the third eye. So, and I'm a Sag, so I just want to do this in a kosher way. I know that it's probably like an excuse. I didn't really like those cards anyway. So anyway, it's a do-over. And I just wanted to let you know that. Because you know what? We can create our own reality. Okay. All right. Well, looking at this reading, you know, when I do my monthlies, I only pick 6 cards, and here 3 of them are major arcana cards. And that's pretty significant because the major arcana is the minority in the deck. You know, there's many more minor arcana cards. So statistically, it shouldn't be 50%, but so when it is, I sit up and take notice. And I would say that it makes sense since December is Sagittarius season for the first few weeks. I know my birthday's in December. Some of yours are. If you're born in November, happy birthday. Your birthday must be, you know, coming up, or you just celebrated it. So anyway, let's start here. The heart of the matter is the High Priestess. It's right above this card, which can be a card of cheating or stealing something, or a person who's doing these things, the cheater or the thief. And the High Priestess knows that this is happening on some level. The High Priestess, yeah, I mean, I suppose the High Priestess could be an actual person who is like a mystic, or somebody who, you know, a spiritual teacher that you're working with or consulting, or that you want to become like her. But I feel like it's a state of being. It's like connecting with your intuition. Maybe it's even feeling a bit, how would I put it, on high alert, not from a paranoid standpoint, but simply because you want to get to the bottom of something. The High Priestess is about tuning into your intuition. And in the past position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a card tied to the planet Jupiter, which is a ruler of Sagittarius. As you can see, people are, you know, living it up, and somebody else is falling off the wheel. So it's just showing the cycles of life, that sometimes we're on top of the world, sometimes we're feeling like everything is crashing down on us. But in terms of the Jupiter, oh, and then they have, you know, I don't think I ever noticed that the cloud is cranking the wheel and turning it. The cloud represents God or the universe, obviously. And, but it can be a card of alignment with something. or understanding that there are cycles in life. So that, for instance, let's say that this card does represent somebody who's cheating, like your partner. You could go into panic mode and go, oh my God, what can I do? I've got to stop this from happening. Or you can say, well, I guess this is the end of this cycle. And you could be detached about it, and you could realize that some things don't last for a lifetime. It doesn't matter what society tells you or the movies tell you, or even what your religion tells you. If you married in a church that was really like, marriage is like where it's at, that doesn't prevent people from getting divorced, and sometimes, with good reason. But I really think that this could have something to do with Jupiter in astrology being in the sign of Gemini. It's actually retrograding right now, but it's in the opposite sign of Sagittarius. It's in, like I said, Gemini, and that is the 7th house. The 7th house is the house of committed partnership. If Jupiter is retrograding here, there could be something that is, going a little bit haywire, but it's really not, because it's really about your own values. So, like, if, for instance, let's say you are married, but your marriage isn't doing well, you can do that soul searching and saying, why do I still hold on to it then? What is the reason? Do I feel like there's something wrong with me if I move on? Does that mean that I'm a failure? Does that mean that I'm sinning or doing something that's not right? These are questions that you have to grapple with, and Jupiter, when it retrogrades, is about your ethical framework, your philosophical framework. And yes, of course, it can be connected to a religion, but if you're more open-ended, it can be like how you feel. And if you have children, it can be about how does this affect them too. And so you may have a lot on your plate with some of these things, some of the things that are going on in your life that aren't necessarily harmonious sometimes. The higher message is the World card. This is the last card of the major arcana. It's a card of the end of an era. And it's not, some people don't like to hear that kind of thing because they want something to be eternal, that it's never going to end. And that's not realistic, and that's not even necessarily a good thing, because we do grow in life, but we don't always grow equally. So you can have one person who is growing ahead of another person, and they're no longer compatible, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if they try to make something work where they're just not on the same wavelength, yes, that's going to be a problem. Because they're not going to, there might be exceptions to that rule, or they can find common ground. That's possible, but it's also possible that they can't. And not making it like somebody's doing something that's wrong is very helpful. What crosses you is the 7 of Swords, so this can be somebody who's acting in a not so honorable manner. And the reason it's crossing you is that you may love this person. You may see that they're doing something, but you love them anyway. And so it makes it harder for you to necessarily make changes in your life and to honor this end of a cycle. By the way, even though I've kind of put this I've characterized this as like a relationship with a significant other, it doesn't have to be, not by a long shot. This could be any one-on-one relationship that you're having. As a matter of fact, in December, there will be a full moon in Gemini. And in that 7th house, it's a house of your one-on-one relationships. full moon can bring something to your awareness about this that maybe you were in denial over or confused over. You didn't have all the information. And in some cases, it can put an end to it. It could also be a situation where maybe in the past you got cheated on, so you're afraid to commit. And with this card, in those situations, it can be that maybe you've had like a really good time being a single person, and now this is really a time for partnership, cultivating partnership. Not true across the board, but maybe for some people. What's coming in, I'm going to hold it upright. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And this is one of those things, too, that the Ten of Pentacles reverse can be that there is some kind of mismanagement of money or a will or something like that. So when I think of, these cards, I think of excess. Jupiter or this Wheel of Fortune can be something that is seems like a blessing, but it turns into something that is squandered. And that can lead to disharmony within a family unit, for instance. And with the High Priestess, you see, that's why I'm saying this card can be theft. It's going to be physical theft. And you may sense that something is happening, but you can't really prove it. You can't put your finger on it. And sometimes this is also, because I'm looking at this outcome card, it can be that there is favoritism in the will, that someone's getting more than someone else. And we certainly have here the outcome card, Six of Pentacles. You see the scale, which is supposed to be about fairness, and it's like give and take. But it's like who is taking and who is giving. So if you're the one who is getting more than someone else, you may turn around and help them out. And perhaps the same happens to you if you're the one who is left out of it. I think that it would be more likely sometimes that you would be the one that is in need, because, it's like you're the one that's dealing with the Seven of Swords. I don't think that you're going around stealing. Somebody else in your family, and you may not be related to this person, but they may be the one who is in charge of the money and doing it. And if this is about a personal relationship, there might be some kind of person who is, like, it's almost like the word that came into my mind is embezzlement. I don't know if it would be strictly that, but something where someone has taken advantage of you financially and you find out about it. And then what you choose to do about it is a different story. But yeah, because we do have two cards that are pentacles, we are talking about it in terms of money. I was, just even talking about theft. I mean, obviously that would be the case too. But sometimes that card might be like cheating and being unfaithful. So it seems like the issue is right, the problem is righted. And we do have in December, there is a black moon, the second new moon in the month, and it's in Capricorn. So that's in the second house of earned income for Sagittarians. So it may be that there is this sudden break, but then it is rectified. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.